Well, I'm a fan. I'm so happy to meet you. Thanks for being here, and congratulations on the SAG Award. That's amazing.
Thank you so much.
I mean,
yeah.
It's a wonderful nomination to get. The show was so popular. Did you see the White Lotus? Did everybody watch that? All right.
Good.
So, for the few who have not seen it, because it was so hot, everybody was talking about it this summer. Tell everybody what it is.
It's a wild ride.
Yes, it is. Yes.
It's funny and it's dark, and it's about a group of privileged, wealthy, mostly white people who come to a upscale resort in Hawaii. And it's basically a kind of a darkly funny reflection of that societal structure where you have privileged, often obnoxious, wealthy people at the top, and how that affects all the people on the other tiers of the pyramid.
Yeah, it's so good, and it is a wild ride. There are some shocking moments that you don't see coming with your character. There's a sex scene. I mean,
very memeable. We found out, yeah.
They are, yeah. I mean, but like, did your family, did they know, do you warn people, or you just let them experience that the way we all experience it?
I do. I mean, I like to watch things that way. I don't like to be let in on the kind of surprise. So, you know, some of those scenes were particularly shocking. So maybe I should have warned people, but you know, I didn't. And my family, you know, I've done a bunch of stuff with some quite confronting kind of scenes before, so my family and friends are sort of used to that.
I see. And you're from Australia?
I am.
What part?
I'm from Western Australia, from Perth. The place where nobody goes, really, because it's so far from everywhere else in Australia.
Well, Australia, so it's even further than just Australia? Because Australia is far.
You hit the East Coast, usually, from the United States, anyway, and then you have to fly another 5 hours to get to Western Australia.
Oh, my God. Australia, it's funny because I constantly talk about, and my wife is from Australia, but everything in Australia, every kind of animal, anything that can kill you lives there. And then people from Australia are like, it's nothing.
Well, I mean, I always say to people in the US particularly, you have bears. And we have, you know, I mean, we do have the monopoly on, like, you know, creatures that kill you in Australia. But they're kind of small, and, like, you know, snakes will sort of slither away. Spiders are usually hidden. But if you come across, like, a grizzly bear, you've got no hope, really, right? I mean...
Yes, but grizzly bears are usually in an area where you go to them. Spiders and snakes in Australia, like you said, they're hidden. They're in a shoe. They're in they're in your house.
I don't know. I just the sort of the ratio of, like, the fact that you're bigger than a snake and a spider, but a bear is like this huge creature in front of you. I feel like that's terrifying to me.
All right.
It's not to you?
No, you're wrong. No, you're no.
Fair enough.
Yeah, a bear. The chances of you getting mauled by a bear are so rare versus being bitten by a spider or a snake or something like that. Okay. You have been in the United States for how long?
20 years.
20 years.
Yeah.
And what was the most shocking thing coming from Perth here?
I moved to New York, and I used to sit in my my apartment with my friend from Australia, Gabby, and we used to watch The Shopping Network because it was something that was so foreign to us. Because you'd see, they'd have, you know, like, they'd have some of the stuff on those shows is great, and other stuff's like,
yeah.
You know? But you'd see the countdown of 5 minutes, and you'd see the object, and you're like, whoa, they've got 5 minutes to sell that thing, and so it's kind of painful to watch. You're like, and you see their faces kind of falling and cracking, and like, these roses are so beautiful, aren't they? I mean, they're so pink, and, you know, like, they just kind of have to go on and on. So I was kind of thrilled and horrified.
I know. I love thrilling and horrifying things to watch. Those are my favorite things to watch.
Right.
But you don't have that in Australia?
Not that I was aware of.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I thought that was a home shopping thing was everywhere.
I guess it is now, but not when I was a kid.
That's hilarious. Yeah, but that was one of my first jobs that I auditioned for in New Orleans, was when it was like the very first thing before it ever became, this was in New Orleans, and you had to talk about an item for 10 minutes, and it's impossible.
I mean, it's like the worst kind of acting exercise, right? Like that you're given in acting school.
Exactly, or improv or anything.
Yeah.
Hey, we have to take a break. More with Murray after this.